You're talking about 2 months ago. These guys can't even remember what they did 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Well, the season's over.
It's a good thing
I got a big surprise.
You are so lucky you have me on your side. You are so lucky. You know why?
Yeah, I thank God every day.
Every day you should be, because I had your back. I said, you know what?
Did you?
Do you know how bad his gout was? I saw it firsthand.
Yeah, they didn't care. Who came? Who came to see me?
Do you know anybody else that has gout in their shoulder? And they said, what? That happens? I go, I saw it firsthand. I saw it firsthand. How was your weekend?
Actually, you know what? The weekend was excellent. I didn't really do too much coming this weekend. I got an engagement party to go to this coming weekend, on the Easter weekend.
Tell him. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great news for that guy. Well, that is the start. Welcome to podcast Real Locker Room Talk, episode 25. We have made it to 25 straight episodes.
You know what? 25 is when I feel my life actually changed.
Really?
So this is the podcast might change right now.
Mine was more 30, I felt.
At 30,
Yeah,
hey?
that's when I felt like I became a man.
Oh, really?
Mind you, I'd been growing hair since I was in grade 8, so it didn't really...
Did you finally pass the grade 12 exam at 30? Is that why you felt like a man?
I'm actually I'm very bright. I'm very witty. They didn't understand. That's why I kept failing the exam. I kept trying to be funny on the exam, and I kept failing.
Just no one understood your humor.
They didn't understand my humor.
The thing is sometimes when you're dealing with a genius,
right?
No one can understand it because you're just not at that level.
You get me.
Gretzky, great player.
Great player.
Terrible coach.
Horrible coach.
How do you translate that? So I can understand where you're coming from.
See, you get me. You get me. And this is what it's all about. So 25 episodes in.
That's huge.
That's big. And I think, do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
You're on a roll.
You know what? I just
start.
wanted to kind of start it up this week. This past weekend, I had a great weekend. I went to a Greek concert on Saturday.
That's right, yeah.
And for those that may or may not know, there was a gentleman from Greece, all the way from Greece here to entertain us, and he was playing a lira. Have you ever seen this lira before?
I've seen the lira. Yeah.
And for those that don't know,
what a dying art.
You know what? Yeah, I think it is. It was amazing. This guy took basically all the Greek songs that are popular right now and just converted them into a lira. And so a lira, for those that don't know what it is imagine a violin, but you don't put it on your chin. You kind of play it like a cello, but it's not big like a cello. It's small, and you kind of
very different from the skin flute.
Very, very different from the skin flute. Yeah. And he just rocked it out, man. It was crazy. It was so fun.
No, it's like we don't get these instruments.
We don't get them, and it was fun. It was very totally entertaining.
You know what other instrument should make a comeback?
Which one?
The sitar.
Oh, the sitar is nice.
Yeah, the sitar is great. Jeff, can you play a sitar? That's amazing.
I believe or the harmonica. I believe should make a comeback.
That's awesome. Yeah, the harmonica is great.
I like that. But then that was the Saturday, and then the Sunday for all our Greek fans out there. And the big day,
huge.
It's basically the equivalence of it's our Independence Day, Greek Independence Day.
That's right.
For 368 years. We were down and out.
Down
and out, and then
shorthanded.
On March,
we won shorthanded.
We did. And then March 25th. What was it? 1821. We said, you know what? Enough is enough. And you know what I think happened that day? I truly think what happened was the Turks, they had a pretty big rule on us for a long time, right?
They meant business.
368 years.
That Ottoman Empire was an organized machine.
Organized is right. So what I think happened was that was the day they told us that we couldn't have coffee or cigarettes anymore.
Yeah.
And then the world went sideways. We said, enough is enough. We're taking you guys down.
Yeah, and you know what? It's only a matter of time before, and the whole Balkan region, you can't impose things on them.
No.
You know, which is funny you say that, because that actually happened. I don't know if people are aware of this, but in Greece, there's actually a law that you can't smoke in certain establishments.
Oh, exactly.
But nobody listens to it. It's just, that's nice.
So there it is. Greek Independence Day, little Greek entertainment there. And then it was my mommy's birthday.
What?
Yes, happy birthday to my mom's.
Whoa.
And it's a little weird. If you've ever met my mom, she's probably one of the toughest ladies in the world. Weird that she was
pound for pound,
probably one of the
Nobody
toughest.
messes.
She could have made the GOAT list. She probably could have made the GOAT list.
We should do a pound for pound in our own community of just the old lady, like who makes the list, who topples,
you know what? Great idea.
That'd be awesome.
I could just see the front runner to win.
She's in the Final Four. She's like the West Virginia, except we'll win.
Oh, exactly.
We'll win.
Isn't that the truth? Holy moly. So there we go. And, just a few things we want to kind of touch upon today. Big day here for the NFL. They finally realized today, just a couple hours ago, they determined and figured out what a catch is. So congratulations to the NFL.
So it didn't take, the sample size was so low up until today.
It's only been like 52 years, but thank you for getting that
Finally,
right now.
They had enough to just show what a catch was.
So you know what this means now, don't you?
Oh man, the Cowboys fans are just...
That's all I kept thinking about
You know
today.
what Cowboys fans remind me of? You know on Maury Povich, when they find out that they're not the father?
That's right.
So the Cowboys are basically the people saying, I ain't the father. That wasn't a catch, or that was a catch, that was a catch. Well, right now, it's like Maury Povich said, Green Bay, you did not catch the ball. And it's like, I told you, bitch.
Oh,
I told you.
It's so
I told
funny.
you.
And you know what the worst part is? I watched just by chance, somebody had it up on the Facebook or one of the social media sites of the press conference.
Yeah.
And they were using the Des Bryant catch, saying, actually, this was a catch. Here's why it was.
I got an argument to it.
You could see every Cowboy fan in the world going crazy.
Time out. As a Packers fan, I already have the argument. Because they're going to say, see, they would have won the game and all this. Actually, what they ruled is that the catch was a catch, but down at the 1 yard line.
Right.
So it's still speculative.
True.
The field goal.
I hear you.
I claim field goal only.
Couldn't agree more.
And then Rodgers, with a minute and a half left in the game, just solidifies
You know
the
what?
win.
At the end of the day, you're right. They gave him too much time.
You gave too much time. That's Cowboys fashion.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's run down the clock, and we don't know how to do it.
The NHL is coming to a season end next week, and we're going to talk NHL today. Today's the NHL playoffs preview. And then, obviously, the NBA is like literally right behind.
I love it. It's always like a week, 10 days apart.
Love it. Yeah. It's a good time of the year to, especially if you're in Toronto right now.
We got baseball starting up here very quickly.
Very quickly. Starting this week, starting on Thursday.
Wasn't it October yesterday?
I'm pretty sure it just finished like 2 days ago.
That's what I'm thinking.
Revamping it right up again right now. So there it is. So we got that. And then, of course, we want to talk a little bit about March Madness because the Final Four has been established. We're going to talk a little bit about that.
You know what else we're bringing up today? The list of 64.
Oh,
the beautiful list of 64.
The fight is on.
Oh, man. Inside and outside the booth.
Isn't that your truth?
Oh, man.
We got roasted.
Saturday was a stressful morning for me to wake up. I wanted to enjoy my coffee. And I'm getting texts. I'm getting bombarded.
Yeah.
You know what? The first thought, we'll get into it, but the first thing is this what it takes for you guys to listen?
Is that what it is?
From our own friends? Is this what it is? We have to piss you off just to listen to us?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
So guess what, everyone? Screw you all. I hate all of you. See what I'm doing, Mitch?
I see what you're doing.
Smart.
Yeah.
It's a smart
now they're going to
play.
start listening, going, what else is he going to say about me?
Yeah, what else did he say?
That guy with the tie. We're also going to get it down. So we're at the tremendous 32, and now we're going to get down to the Super 16. Ooh. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. And then after that, it's the Excellent 8, which you guys now will get involved and start making your decisions. And then we're going to roast you because you guys have been roasting us on. And by the way, this has been very stressful for us. This is a lot of hard work. It's a lot of work, is it not?
I don't know.
And I mean, these are the 64 greatest athletes, GOATs of all time. And it's not easy to pick who's better than the other guys. This is a lot of work.
Unbelievable.
Treat it with some respect, you guys. And then, obviously, we got Secrets from Locker 19.
I got a great story coming up here
Can't
shortly.
wait to hear that. That's going to be crazy. And then, of course, everyone's favorite segment. I have been getting tons and tons of calls and
greatest
emails.
Thing you've ever done.
Well, it's not me only. It's both of us. But people love the Maga versus Malaka. Because today's show is going to be more NHL-oriented, we got NHL, Maga versus Malaka. Get ready.
Can't wait.
Get ready. So with that being said, and before we really get into the good stuff, the fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. Before we get into the fun stuff, and Jeff, or one of the boys, I'm going to need you to cue the music. Oh, I love when I hear that music.
You do. You get really
because right now, we're bringing to you the Macromind Media metrics of the week.
Macro.
Mind, media. A little thing that we came up with that they didn't tell us to, but we did it anyways because it sounds great. Macromind Media, they did our website. Check it out, reallockerroomtalk.com. You can check out macromindmedia.com, their entire portfolio. These guys are great. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for us. The thing's just super. Mitch, speaking of metrics,
Yeah, man.
it's just blowing up.
Is it?
I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. Do you realize that if we add everything up, from the Twitter, from the Facebook, from the Instagram, all this stuff, we have over 2,000 people that are access to real locker room talk.
I love it. Thank you, everyone.
It's unbelievable.
That's
so thank you
fantastic.
to that, and thank you to our listeners who continue to promote, share, like our pages, and of course, just spreading that RLRT goodness. I love it. Another edition we got. We talk about it. We're proud about it. How fitting you started off the episode today with the Greek Independence Day.
Yeah.
That was on March 25th because we're on Agape Greek Radio.
Oh, right.
AGAPE, GreekRadio.com. I mean, what a great lineup. Okay, what a great lineup. If you sit down, they have a great variety of shows from DJs to interviews. Actually, the other day I was listening to that Doralicious show.
Oh, yeah, I listened to that too.
It was a great interview. It was about a Greek, I want to say he was a Greek American. I didn't catch it. I'm kind of guessing. But, filmmaker. And, it was in lieu of what's coming up in Greek Independence Day. So it was really nice, a really good interview. Shout out to those ladies. They're a fantastic job. But yes, agapegreekradio.com. Check them out. Great stuff.
Good stuff.
Now, Mitch, I got something for you.
Sure. Actually, one thing, you know what?
Yeah.
Social media, one thing I just want to add.
Of course.
We have a guy that listens to us religiously, and it's his birthday today. Little shout out to Paul Demakis.
Oh!
Happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday,
Don't think that we
Paul.
don't love you, Paul. Just because you can't win any competition or anything, it's not a big deal. You just had a kid.
You know what it is?
So happy birthday.
That's the thing. He was trying in the bedroom. He wasn't trying in the locker room.
That's right.
He's got a beautiful, beautiful child. Congrats on that. Yeah, happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday, Paul.
Good pickup, Mitch.
You're welcome. And that's because the media, the macro media, helps us follow everything.
If it wasn't for Macromind Media, we'd be lost.
Right, exactly. That's
We'd be lost. We need Jeff and we need Macromind Media.
I'm over here
I'm over here now.
Okay.
Carmine's gone?
Yeah.
Carmine's gone.
He's gone now.
All right, Carmine's gone. So, Mitch, we're going to bring back little segments here. I got to deepen my voice here because today I got a story for you. Secrets from Locker Room 19, where the stories are real, but the names are kept a secret. Oh boy, do I got a good one.
All right.
It's brought to my attention over the weekend. Great story.
So this is a fresh. This is a fresh.
Fresh.
Story. Fresh.
This is fresher than a Pillsbury toaster strudel, man.
I like
I'm telling you, it is fresh.
Good analogy. Go ahead.
Oh. So, gets brought to my attention. Story about a guy. He's at IKEA. His stomach's not feeling too well. He's you're already laughing. He's like, oh man, I gotta take care of business. So what he does is due diligence, finds the washroom. But of course, this thing just wasn't kept clean. Mm-hmm. And he can't hold it. So what does he do? He does the half stand.
The half stand?
He does the half stand, where you're kind of almost in a downward tuck position because, you're worried about maybe the heps A to D touching you.
Sure,
you don't want anything to do with that. Well, let's just say that if you're not watching what you're doing.
I was just going to say, you got to be careful doing the half stand.
It's going everywhere.
Oh, no.
Well, sure as shit, no pun intended, this thing gets decimated. Buddy gets up. Hears someone's in the washroom, waits for that person to finish, gets up, washes his hands, goes and tells the significant other, we got to get out of here. We got to go. It's like, well, what happened? We haven't even gone through the kitchen section.
Just so you know, that's vandalism.
It's like, we got to go now. Well, as this person's leaving, the intercom comes on and goes, excuse me, we're going to need assistance for a cleanup in the men's washroom.
Oh, my God.
I kid you not. Real stories from Dirty Locker 19.
That's horrible.
And you listening, you know exactly who you are.
I think I know who it is. I think I may have figured out that. That's
just whisper,
you should be ashamed of yourself.
Whisper
really.
it. Don't say it, but just mouth it to me. See if I can. Yeah, 100% it is.
You should be ashamed of yourself. And P.S., you're basically, I think you're over 40, by the way. So shame on you. Shame on you.
What a great move, though. But the intercom comes on. Excuse me, we're going to need assistance clean up in the men's washroom.
Oh, my God. They probably, being that it was IKEA, they probably just rented the whole room.
Well, my first question was, why the half sit? Like you don't put a couple rolls on.
You take your chances at this moment. You decided to go to IKEA. You know what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
If you had that Nutella and peanut butter sandwich in the morning, you knew what was probably going to happen. You shouldn't have went down that road. You should have said, honey, I'm going to stay home today.
Fair enough.
And these are the reasons why.
I mean, that's just disrespectful.
You're a horrible human being. You know who you are. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the banter for the week. This is what people probably, I'm guessing.
This is what people are not paying to hear.
I won't lie to you. They probably only want to hear the first segment of it because that's pretty entertaining, the first part of it.
Absolutely.
But this stuff's good stuff. Well, let's just start with what everyone loves. NCAA. Finally, we got to the Final Four have been decided.
Yeah.
CBS, if you did a CBS pool, which you did, and congratulations by...
as it stands. I'm in first place.
In our, obviously, pool.
Yeah.
But across North America, if you put in a CBS pool, you have the Final Four of Villanova versus Kansas in one bracket. And then you also
Which you do.
Yep. And then if you had Michigan and Loyola, you are part of that 0.03 percentile that picked that. That is craziness. So with that being said...
You know that everyone picked West Virginia.
No, Virginia.
Virginia, sorry, yeah. Everyone picked Virginia.
I picked them to win it.
You picked them to win. Oh, yeah, you're definitely... yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Idiot. Do you want to know how I came up with the Jayhawks?
Sure.
It's just my thing. I looked at the betting odds.
Sure.
I said the favorite, number one, very rarely wins it.
Right.
Number two, I'm like, I don't feel it. I'm going with number three. I did that once for a Masters with Spieth, and I won it. I figured, you know what? Let's do it here.
I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you why I'm going to pick the winner right now and why I'm going to tell everyone. Take all your home equity. Call your bankers. Get your money out of your house as soon as possible.
Your bookie now.
My bookie is going to love it. But he's up against divine intervention. And I think you figured out the team. Everybody put your money on Loyola winning it this weekend. And I'll tell you why. Loyola is a Catholic school.
That's right.
It's a Christian or a Catholic school. They are heavy on the religious side. Yep. And what's this weekend?
Oh my goodness, it's Catholic Easter
Exactly.
this weekend.
You go heavy on Loyola. If you're telling me right now that it's Jesus and the divine intervention
Jesus versus
Michigan,
Jesus wins.
Jesus wins.
Yeah.
So take your points because you're getting points, weirdly enough. Jesus is getting points in this game. Take it and run. Go hard. I'm telling you, this is Da Vinci Code kind of stuff.
Jesus may not be able to throw a curveball.
Right.
However, I think he can hit the three.
Oh, he can hit the three. And this Loyola team I'm telling you, what are the chances this team, a Catholic school, in the Final Four of Easter weekend?
Huge. Yeah, but what if
too many things?
But what if, now I'm going to throw the other side of the coin. Sure. What if they tank because it's Easter weekend because they want to spend it with their families because it's sacrilege to play on not only the Sabbath, but Easter weekend? So
everyone stop. Do not call your bookies. Stop everything right now. Dimitri just figured it all out. Stop it. Don't put your money on this. Don't do anything.
I still like the Jayhawks.
No, I'm going, you know what? I reverse it. Everyone, grab your money, go back on Loyola. Take all the points, put it back on Loyola. I'm telling you, this is my five-star pick of the week. I did it. There it is. That's right.
Well, I haven't heard
Take the points.
It's not NFL.
It doesn't matter. Whoa. You are going to thank me on next Tuesday, but Monday, we'll know by Monday. You are going to thank me.
If anyone's listening right now, just said, you know what, you started listening to RLRT at episode 18, 19, 20. This 5-star pick of the week, and Jeff's seen it the whole time. This is the money pick.
This is the money pick.
It's not the money, because there's another pick. I'm not going to go there. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're going to do. See, this is typical of you. You want to jump on it. Take Loyola. Take Loyola. Don't get jealous. There's nothing to be jealous about. Let me win first and then get jealous.
You know what? No. Screw you. Jeff, cue a bit of a music here. Because guess what, everyone? You want to make some money this weekend? Take the Kansas Jayhawks as the money-making matchup of the week.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God they're not playing. So, actually, we've given them 2 bets. They're both from the different brackets.
That's right.
Hey, there you go.
No, I'm not
we just doubled up your money, everybody.
You're welcome.
You know how many Easter eggs you can buy with that?
Ooh.
Tons.
You don't even need to go on the hunt. You
don't
just
even
buy
know.
the eggs at wholesale.
So call me directly if you need a bookie. No, just joking. Well, no, I'm not. Actually, I know a guy. But anyways.
No, seriously, call him.
So, of course, the NFL will just not let go and let other teams, other leagues have their day in the sun. It's their free agency. We told them this is, we've talked about it before, that these guys are just always trying to steal the spotlight. And, well, they kind of did it again.
It's amazing that the NFL really doesn't have a season. Actually, it's not just the NFL. It seems all sports are going to it. There's no real season anymore because there's stories all year round.
Exactly.
All year round, which I guess is good.
Right.
For the fan.
I like it. Personally, because we're big NFL guys, we like it.
Sure.
And that's the way it is. But going forward, the NFL, because it's free agency, another big signing by the Los Angeles Rams. They get Ndamukong Suh. That defensive line on paper looks fantastic.
Thought it couldn't get any better.
On the back end, on the secondary, looks even stronger. So I told you this, and you think I'm a conspiracy theorist. To some degree, I am. The NFL, because they took such a long time to get a team back to LA, they're obviously stacking this team for the LA region to have a Super Bowl.
Come on, man.
This is obvious.
You don't buy into
In fact, I'll push it even one further. Forget about Ndamukong Suh. How about the fact that the New York Giants now have gone out and told the world that they're willing to trade Odell Beckham Jr.? And who was the first team to call the Giants?
You mean the Los Angeles Illuminati, apparently?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
The Los Angeles, I'm writing that down. Los Angeles Illuminati. They are in top form, looking great. Congratulations to the 2019 Super Bowl champions, the LA Rams, or the LA Ram Illuminatis.
That's fun. I don't know about the conspiracy theory, Mitch. Come on.
I'm telling you, man.
People are saying it, it's LA. Like you said, let them have a championship. Let's promote them. But this is a team that it wasn't a high cap to begin with, right? They got the flexibility. But you know what? I think people really, really are seeing what's happening. It's Goff. In my opinion, it's more Goff than anything. And Gurley.
Okay, let me get this straight. You think that these guys would have all guys that signed, Talib, Peters, Ndamukong, maybe Odell, if they were still in St. Louis? Oh, yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, but that's not a conspiracy theory. That's just being able to play in a great city.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But that's not the
this
NFL
is what I'm trying to tell you.
promoting.
The NFL goes, hey, listen, bring your team over here. We'll set it up in a couple years. You'll see what we're going to do. They had this all planned out.
So let me guess. Did Jeffrey Goff have something to do in 9/11 as well? Is that another?
You know what? I'd like to hear where he was. So let me ask you this, because we're talking about the Giants a little bit and Beckham. I mean, this guy technically, talent-wise, is the best player on their team, and the Giants are looking to shop him. Were you surprised to hear that? Are you not surprised?
Yeah, actually, I'm very surprised to hear that.
Really?
I'm very surprised because, he really is the only person that is on that team. I mean, you would think that. See, the problem with the Giants was always the O-line. Everyone always criticized the O-line. They said, well, Manning's not the worst quarterback anymore. He can still compete. And any Giants fan will tell you that same thing. No running game, no O-line. So I'm surprised that, this seemed like an organization that was still confident that they could compete. But I wonder, was there a conversation that took place? Was he like, hey, get me out of here. I've had enough.
I'm going to just say this. I am not surprised that they're shopping him. The guy's too much of a prima donna. Over the last couple of years, do you know what I remember about him? Two things. That catch was unreal. Okay, one catch. Of course, you can't deny it. That was an amazing catch.
What about a Super Bowl commercial?
Give it to him. This is what I'm going to... Okay, here, three things. Super Bowl commercial, the catch, and then him getting into a fight with the punting net or whatever it was on the kicking net.
Yeah, well, you don't know what conversations happened.
But what I'm getting at is he's way too... dramatic, and
but that punting net might have said something about his mom.
It probably did say it.
Okay?
You know what?
It probably started it.
The real point is this guy's a drama queen, and you know what? You want to go to LA, buddy? You want to check out your acting career? Go ahead, get out of here. The Giants are a storied franchise, and they don't have time for this anymore. They got to clean themselves up. And if this guy, it's just, you know what? I'm not surprised, and I'm actually kind of glad. I'm kind of glad to see New York say, you know what? Good riddance. Not because I like the Giants. I'm tired of these guys. And that takes me to my next point. I told you I want to talk about this for one quick second.
Of course.
Johnny Manziel has been coming out over the last couple of weeks saying how he's cleaned his act up, he's changed himself up, and this and that. So reports now have come out where he is literally going to NFL teams. Mm-hmm. Just last week, so the combine's over. Obviously, he was drafted. He got let go, released years later, right? He's gone to San Diego State's Pro Day. So this is for the athletes and the students that are still at this university trying to impress somebody last minute. It's a last minute show.
That's right.
He goes to that. He gets himself invited to that. And he gets invited to his alma mater, Texas A&M, to go and do it as well. Now he's coming out and telling NFL teams, I'll play for free. I'll put me on the practice roster, this and that. Hamilton has offered this guy some money and said, hey, we'll bring you up here. Why don't you come play here? And he won't take it. So I'm a little sick and tired of this prima donna guy.
It's a CFL, Mitch.
But
I mean,
you know
if
what?
you had
At the end of the day, you know what? Doug Flutie had to go through it and look how it bettered him. It brought him back into the league and he became better. I'm just tired of this guy who came from some pretty high upbringings.
Yeah.
But I don't really care how much money his dad made and all that stuff. At the end of the day, there's a lot of guys in the NFL that are trying to make it, and he thinks because he's got a shine box and he's standing on it and yelling at everybody that people are going to come hoard around and come and get himself drafted.
Yeah, well,
it bothers me. I don't like it.
Yeah, but you know what? He's still got a little bit of that, and he's using it to his advantage, and as he should.
You know
as
what?
he should. Why not?
I'll give you that 100%. Use it.
It's Easter weekend, Mitch.
No,
okay?
no,
Come
I'm
on.
not gonna do it.
Easter
No.
weekend's all about, second chances and repenting and saying, hey, I'm not here for the rich. I'm here for the meek.
I can't believe you're dropping the religious card on me.
Well, you brought it up with your 5-star. I'm throwing it out there.
No,
so you got to give a second chance.
I'm not going to give it. Why? Why? He doesn't
Maybe he
deserve
did
a
clean
second
up his
chance.
act.
He can deserve a second chance by earning it like everybody else that tries to get into the NFL. Like
come
anybody
on.
else.
If Justin Bieber gets a second chance, Manziel gets a second chance.
You know not to bring Bieber into this. Never bring Bieber into this.
I love the Beebs.
You leave the Beebs out of
Beebs.
this. He can't drive worth anything. That guy gets into an accident every other day, I notice, on TMZ.
He's no
Every
Ryan
day.
Gosling. Ryan Gosling can drive.
He can drive.
That guy can drive. They named the movie called Drive. And guess
point.
who's the star?
Ryan Gosling.
Obviously.
That was good. No, it's true. Well, we always love to talk a little politics. We're two passionate guys.
Yeah.
We like to talk the politics sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a
And
sports plate.
we go right into the hardcore issues. Like sometimes people think we pitter-patter around certain subjects.
Not at
Let's
all.
go straight into it. Stormy Daniels. Am I saying that right? You would know better. You know this like literally way better than me.
I didn't see her at the AVNs.
You didn't see her?
I didn't see her there.
60 Minutes had a...
But had I known, I wouldn't have talked to her.
You wouldn't have talked to her?
Because my conversation would have been on 60 Minutes.
Good point.
Can't trust her.
You can't trust her.
Can't trust her.
So for those that don't know, you've obviously been living under a rock. Stormy Daniels is she still a porn star or no? Is she done now? Or is
That's
she
a
retired?
great question.
So let's pretend
don't know.
she's
That's
retired
something I
because,
don't know.
she hung up the high heels, right? She hung them up. That's fine.
Stormy, it's time to hang
Stormy
your
Daniels
heels.
has come out onto 60 Minutes, had a big interview about how she had an affair with Donald Trump. And I have to admit, you know what, Donald? You, sir, just won another election. This guy, I think, literally just won again because you know what he's doing? He's just getting the people excited about him again. Like, I know it's for all the wrong reasons, but this guy just can't lose. Anything that comes out with his name attached to it, the guy is just like, we're all drawn to it. Here we are in Calgary, Alberta,
Mitch.
Canada, talking sports, and I'm bringing him up. I'm telling you, man, this guy just is doing it.
This guy might make next year's GOAT 64 list.
Oh, he's making
Like
it.
him and Putin might meet in the final.
Oh, they're going to meet.
Yeah. We'll make sure they're on opposite sides. This guy has mastered the art of there's no such thing as bad press.
No, absolutely.
I've never seen anyone just throw things by the wayside and keep going like this guy. He just keeps going. I mean, it's comical, and people make fun of it.
Right.
He's like, no, it didn't happen. It's like, okay, but she says it did. Anyways, next topic. I've just never seen this before.
But she claims to have a DVD. So this obviously happened a long time ago, right? Like if you have a DVD of it,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean. So does it matter? Like if he did this like 10 years ago or whenever this happened, what does it matter?
Come on now. That's what I'm saying. I mean, to me, the way I look at it is obviously who's behind all this stuff. Okay, who's behind it? It's
But
obviously
it's helping him.
I
For
know.
everyone that thinks it's hurting him, it's helping him.
I know
think.
because he doesn't give a shit and
No,
he just
and
keeps
that's
going.
exactly
And that's
it.
why people are, the funny thing is, and I always argue this, is all the press, and you're really saying it, all the press that's getting put on this guy,
Yeah.
actually, as a result, is helping him because it keeps him relevant. And it actually is, believe it or not, swaying people to his side because they're like, man, Can we just get off this talk? Like, I think people are just getting frustrated. Like, come on, Stormy Daniels. No offense. You know I love the porn stars. Heck, I go to the AVNs. You know, I bring Jeff DVDs.
Everything.
You know, I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about everyone I met. But at the same time, you were okay getting paid that many years ago and keeping quiet. All of a sudden, decades later, you got to tell your story to defend yourself. You didn't need to be defended. There was nothing. What did she need to be defended about? Where she's like, well, I got to tell my story right now.
It's just media, buddy.
Oh, come on, big deal.
I love it.
And what's going to happen out of this?
No, there's going to be spoofs. There's going to be
that's all there is. It was okay. So he cheated on his wife. And next,
how mad is Bill Clinton right now? He's like, I could have won another term.
He's like, what? He's like, is that how you do it?
That's how you do it?
That's what it is?
Crazy.
I didn't know.
Brilliant.
Not in the Oval Office, at the 10th floor of the Sheraton.
I'm writing this down. This is crazy. Bill Clinton was probably watching it more than anybody. He's like, oh, that's where it was.
He's like, this guy.
It's like game tape to him. Yeah. He's like watching it. He's like, that's all I had to do. Because Bill lied about it at first, right?
Yeah, he lied about it at first.
That was his problem.
Yeah.
He lied.
Yeah.
That's it. Caught him in a lie.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Felt bad.
But you know what's not a lie? The list of 64.
Whoa!
The list of 64 is not a lie. In fact, let's get into it. We are about to go from the tremendous 32 to the super 16. But right before we get to that, so we said earlier, we got some crazy backlash this week with regards to some of the guys and some of the people that we have on the list.
I wake up Saturday morning to a barrage of text messages.
Right.
By someone. I'm not even going to mention their name. I don't want their name on the podcast anymore. I've already mentioned the name a few times. I've had enough.
Yeah.
I made a nice little Greek coffee. It was beautifully made, by the way. I took it off the burner just in time.
Oh, nice.
It was excellent stuff. I'm having it. It's early. 7:52 in the morning, I get the first text message. I can't believe this person's not on the list.
Right.
I'm like, hey, 3 of the people you just mentioned are on the list, so first of all, pay attention.
Pay attention.
You know, number 2, the reason I'm not saying his name, it's Mush. It's like, remember A Bronx Tale? When he's like, I don't want that face looking at this kid when he's trying to roll the dice.
That's right.
I don't want our show to go mush.
That's
I don't
right.
want that name on this podcast anymore while we're talking.
I get you. I hear you.
Oh.
Now, to also defend you, and this is where I told you, I'm in your corner. I got your back, man. We did this together.
Sometimes I don't know why I fight with you, Mitch.
This list was hard to compromise. It was hard to put together. But the reality is this list is hopefully going to go on forever. And what I mean by that is we'll do this again next year. We're going to have some fun, and there's going to be more names on it. We're going to change them around a little bit.
That's right.
But the reality is I know what the guy was talking about. I could see his point to some degree.
Sure.
But guess what? The list that we're about to go through right now, I dare anyone to have a good...
because we didn't mention. So his argument that he brought up, he goes, how the heck did you put WWE stars in there? Okay, well, number 1, they are athletes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, maybe it's
tremendous shape.
They're in great shape. It's not a sport.
Right.
It's sports entertainment, but they are athletes. But regardless, they didn't go
very far. Yeah, exactly.
I think only 1 made it to the next round.
Right, and then they literally, as we're about to announce it here, got knocked out right away.
Yeah.
And as we're going through the list here, I dare any one of you guys to sit down, find a friend, find your wife, put on a little, put us in the background, put a little Cabernet, what's that, Cabernet?
Yeah.
Have a little sip. You guys will probably end up making out by the end of it because of our voices.
Oh, baby.
But the reality is this is not very easy.
No, it's not easy.
This could get a lot of couples
Mitch, you know what else my point is?
Yeah.
We have a Facebook page. We have a discussion group. We have Instagram. We have Twitter. We have as many avenues as possible. Before the list even came up, we put it out there. Said, give us your feedback. Tell us what you want to see.
Well, these are all the names of people.
And these are names of people that contributed. So it's, if you're not going to vote, don't complain about the politics. I'm not dropping any of Jeff's mics.
Well, here we go. Right before, because we are doing an NHL playoff preview show right after this. But here we go. Top 64. We're going from 32 down to 16. Let's get ready. Here we go.
Rock
Dimitri,
and roll.
So what we're going to do is we are going to be actually getting into a little bit of a fight here. I hate to say it, because we're going to go through the matchups that we didn't agree on, and that we're going to quickly try to figure out who the winner is, right?
That's right.
So in the second round, we had Ronaldo versus Lawrence Taylor. It was an obvious one. We put Ronaldo
We
through.
picked Ronaldo.
Boom.
That's right.
In the second round, we also had Federer meeting The Rock. Congratulations to Roger Federer. Pretty easy. He's off to the second. So if you're paying attention, next week, Ronaldo versus Federer.
So early. So early.
This is what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. First fight of the week. First fight for me and you. Jerry Rice versus Kobe Bryant. You had Kobe. Yeah. I had Jerry Rice. All right, go ahead.
Mitch, I just don't know how you can even argue it. Jerry Rice was a great receiver. Excellent.
Best. Okay, the greatest of all time.
Let's put the greatest receiver of all time.
Correct.
We're talking Kobe is arguably the greatest in the entire sport. He had to do more on the court. He had to dish it.
He's got at least three other guys he's got to fight in this.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm just telling you right now.
Does Jerry Rice pass the ball?
No, but he has to. He is so far ahead stats-wise from second place.
How many numbers does Jerry Rice have?
How many numbers? What do you mean?
How many jersey numbers does Jerry Rice have? 1 or 2?
Okay.
Is there a Jerry? Right, is there a Rice beef?
Fine.
Is there a Rice beef?
There is not.
There's a Kobe beef.
You know what? I'm telling you right now. This one I want to fight you harder on, but I came prepared.
I came prepared.
You know what? Sorry to all the Jerry Rice fans out there. Kobe Bryant makes the second round. In the next round, Dimitri and I actually agreed. It was Pele against Sugar Ray Robinson. And ladies and gentlemen, Sugar Ray Robinson goes to the next round. And I know to the Pele fans, I'm sorry, but you know what? This guy, Sugar Ray, is a machine. Google him if you don't know what I'm talking about.
If you don't know about Sugar Ray Robinson in boxing, exactly, just Google him, the accolades that he did, and a little kind of tidbit fact, something that people might know. In the movie Raging Bull, about Jake LaMotta there, that Robert De Niro played. He actually, the famous line is, "You never knocked me down, Ray." So they actually fought, and Robinson won. It's in that movie as well. So just one of the notable fights that he had.
He's amazing, and he's a dark horse to end up in the finals. I think a lot of people just don't know enough about him, and they didn't know. And start Googling him. I'm telling you, you're going to see some crazy.
And that's why we're not pulling these out of our butts.
Not at all. You know? Bill Russell took on Usain Bolt, and Usain.
You have trouble with that H.
I don't know why.
You have trouble with the Hussein.
And Usain sped to the one at the end. He crushed him in a fast, furious way. Sorry, Bill, but the Bolt was too fast for you.
Absolutely.
Got right by you.
Yeah.
Here's a big fight, and I don't think I'm going to let you win this one. And sorry to all the soccer guys. It's Messi versus Serena Williams.
Come on,
Dimitri's got Messi. I got Serena Williams.
Messi is arguably the best soccer player ever.
And you know what? He can win it next year or the year after that when he decides that he's a little bit better than Ronaldo. We've actually picked Ronaldo a few times in a head-to-head competition against him. But Serena, right now, from the female point of view, is so dominant in her sport. She revolutionized tennis for all ladies out there, and she's been just dominating. You can't touch her. The accolades alone, the points alone, everything she does, the championships. I'm sorry, Messi's amazing. Like we said, we hate the matchups, you guys. We didn't choose them this way. They just happened. And I hate that they had to play each other this early.
Messi's doing some incredible things.
He did, and he still is going to, and so is she. But as of right now,
so let me get this straight. So your argument is you're saying you have a player who is arguably the best.
Yeah.
Respectively.
She
is the best.
She is
so
the best.
Messi,
correct.
Some people will say Ronaldo.
That's right.
Perhaps even Pele, Maradona.
Right.
And you're saying Serena Williams, there's just no debate.
There's no debate.
I unfortunately have to agree with you then.
Serena, to the next round she goes. Congratulations.
But Messi, man, the guy's...
buddy, I told you, I hate this.
I feel like I'm just doing this for you. I feel like I'm just doing it as a favor to you.
We'll do alternate. I don't think a lot of people can argue with us. We have a lot of soccer fans. They're going to argue with us. They're going to hate me.
It is a great point. It is a great point.
They can seriously just call me.
Hey, time's up.
Yeah. Michael Jordan versus Sachin Tendulkar. Now, for those that don't know who Sachin Tendulkar is, he is literally, to some degree, the greatest Michael Jordan equivalent in cricket. This guy, you go to India or Asia, this guy is known internationally, and he is like a combination of Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan, and Tom Brady in cricket.
See, by your logic, then he should,
but this is the problem with Sachin.
Yeah, but
Sachin, you're in the wrong sport in the wrong country against two guys from North America that have to go with the guy that literally made us love sports, and that's Michael Jordan. So, sorry.
Sachin doesn't have his own brand of shoes.
He doesn't. Well, maybe he does, though.
Yeah.
He might.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Next round. This one actually became a fight, and here we go. Michael Schumacher versus LeBron James.
Come on, man. You know LeBron James is going to go through on this one.
I've told you this before. It's the same reason I had for Sidney Crosby. He's just not done yet.
Yeah, but Mitch, the difference in this one is that look, when you're looking at the sport of basketball, to be elite, it's how many people are playing that sport. So you got to think, Schumacher.
Right.
I mean, I don't think there's as many people, that are playing that sport, call it, than there is to be a great like
not
LeBron
too many.
James.
Well, there are people getting tickets every day for speeding. So I don't know if you're.
But that's the other thing too. I mean, you're also relying very, very heavily on the performance of the vehicle. LeBron James, or the Bron James, if you will, has to rely just on shoes.
I hear you.
He's got shoes.
I hear you. You're totally right on one.
He doesn't
end,
have a carburetor.
But we're also talking about a guy that revolutionized sports. He literally brought it to the mainframe in Europe. He revolutionized F1. F1 is what it is because of this gentleman.
There's no question in
and
F1.
On top of it, he was the first $1 billion athlete. Remember that. Remember that this gentleman literally set the stage for Tiger Woods.
I'm not denying his.
So because I don't think we're going to agree, I think we let the panel decide this one, if you're up for it. But I'm also going to say this. If you don't want to, I'm okay with it. But I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to set up a LeBron versus Jordan matchup next week because that's what would happen if LeBron goes through.
Freakishly, I do want that. And this wasn't set up on purpose. We told everyone the list. This is the beauty.
This is just a way of
This is the beauty about the random list,
right,
actually. But it just, Mitch, the basketball scene is literally played. Everyone is playing it. Every single person, and I think he's achieved more already globally. But you want to talk about earnings? Actually, LeBron James signed $1 billion deal.
You know what? Just because.
It, Mitch.
I did it. LeBron James has gone to the next
round.
I will let it go. I'll let it go only because
I can't wait
don't
for next
know enough
week's show.
about F1. I know what Schumacher's done, but I don't know enough intricacies to argue with you right now. And we have more to talk about.
I can't wait for next week.
LeBron James, congratulations.
LeBron versus Michael already. I can't wait for James to win.
This is so ridiculous. Next week I'll be ready for you. Don't you worry. The next one we have on the list. Here we go. Brett Favre versus Bruce Lee. We actually argued about this. I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but
and I'm the biggest Brett Favre fan, and I chose Bruce Lee.
I know, and look, this is why Brett Favre is going to win. This is why Brett Favre is going to win. Has Bruce Lee? Did he ever sign a deal wearing Wrangler jeans?
No.
Does Bruce Lee have a Super Bowl?
No.
Did Bruce Lee ever send a dick pic to a reporter?
No, he didn't.
So
I'm actually kind of pumped about this. I'm not gonna lie.
It's really nice. He got a 1-inch punch, but Brett Favre, the old gunslinger, got a 10-inch.
Gunslinger through. This is great. You know what? I was waiting for you to convince me. I'm happy either way. This is great. All right, moving on to the next one. We had Jack Nicklaus versus Mario Lemieux.
You wanted to say Jack Nicholson.
I did,
so bad.
But you know what? Because I love him as an actor. But Jack went through. Congratulations to Jack. Here we go. Lance Armstrong versus Maradona. I had Lance. You had Maradona. Go.
Come on, man. Maradona, for me, up until Ronaldo and Messi, is the greatest soccer player, I think, to have lived and a finished career.
So
this is the guy to legally. He's like your height. He's like 5'4", and he legally used
5'10" and a half.
He was able to use his hand to score a goal in the World Cup. It's beautiful. It was.
So
great.
You know what's hilarious about this random? Again, it is random. You got two guys that have been kind of ousted out of their sports for drug use and cheating.
Couldn't have been a better way. So I guess what it comes down to is who's the better cheater?
How about this? Who's the better cheater? Lance in a landslide, 7 straight Tour de France. The guy literally climbs mountains on a bike. You can't climb a mountain in your car. So the reality is, all day long, Lance wins this. I'm sorry, Maradona. But at the end of the day, I got into a fight with this one. My cousin called me out. He says, he was stripped of his titles, this and that. But the reality is, I also checked up on it. He's never been convicted. This was all, again, a media thing where he was thrown under the bus and it never kind of went to the finish line. So Lance, I'm going you hard. I think Lance versus Maradona, I just love the fact that both these guys are kind of scumbagish.
Yeah. So one guy's doing cocaine.
Right.
The other
guy's
one
doing PDs.
You know what? maybe you're right, because Lance Armstrong, at the end of the day, at least he used his drugs for a good purpose.
That's right.
And that was for the sport.
And guess who he's up against next? In the next round, it was Tiger Woods versus Deion Sanders. And for the guy I was given such a hard time to, Tiger won in a landslide, obviously. So next week, Lance versus Tiger.
That group over there is like
it's
degenerate
really weird.
group.
It's such
How did it happen
I
that way?
swear to you, man.
What's funny about the list, everyone, is that your fiance actually drew the names.
That's right.
There was no bias.
She didn't even know. She was like naming something. She's like, "What's a Mayweather?" She's like, "What's that?" She's like, "I think I got that wrong." So next one here, we got two more. We had Walter Payton against Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky obviously dominated.
Obviously
we know he's got all the accolades. But we had a little bit of a fight about this one. Gordie Howe versus Nadal. I chose Gordie.
I got Rafael Nadal. I do. Look, second on the list for Grand Slams. Again, this is a global sport. Gordie Howe was excellent at his time. You got the Gordie Howe hat trick named after him. I respect all that.
Exactly. He got
yeah.
You just killed yourself.
No,
you just killed it. You just killed it. Buddy, Gordie Howe also, you got to remember.
Yeah, but Raphael's named after a Ninja Turtle. Beat that.
That's pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie.
That's all I got to say about that.
And he wore a headband, but he had it higher up, not over his eyes. Now, had he played tennis with it over his eyes, I'd give the guy some respect.
Nadal, look, to win a Grand Slam, to win as many Grand Slams, I know they were all in Roland Garros. There's an argument to be said there, but it doesn't matter. This guy is competing to be on a number one position. It's not a team sport. What Nadal is playing, he won those Grand Slams. He won them on his own. In these team sports, you can attribute a little bit of success.
Gordie Howe played 26 seasons in the NHL.
Yeah, but the last part didn't count. He just showed up on the ice.
26, buddy. He was playing in his 50s in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, but different time back then. They didn't even know how to curve the sticks. They were.
All right, we're going to the panel. We're going to the panel. We have to talk about the NHL here, so we have to go to the panel here.
Hey guys, okay. We're
going to the panel.
Rafael Nadal or Gordie Howe?
I don't know either of them.
That's so wicked.
We
have millennials here, and they don't know either.
So Jeff's got Gordie Howe.
We have. So it comes down. So he's got Gordie Howe. I had Gordie Howe.
Championships, man. Championships.
Congratulations, Gordy. You
made
it to the next round.
No, I can't
You know
accept
what?
it.
I'm sorry. The crowd has spoken. What do you want me to do? Two absent votes. Gordy, Nadal. What? Did math lie? 2 versus 1.
Those guys just picked Nadal.
They didn't pick Nadal.
They didn't hear them.
Okay, you know what? We put this one on the pot. We put this on the vote.
We'll put it on the vote.
Put it on the vote.
Put it on the vote.
All right, on the vote. Final one.
And you
we should have
vote.
maybe even started on it.
We won't vote, but
Yeah, we
you
won't
put
vote.
a vote for Jeff's vote.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right.
Get it rolling.
Done.
Okay.
Last one, and unfortunately, we can't sit on this one because we have to get into the hockey
Right.
talk. Mayweather versus Muhammad Ali.
I don't care. I don't care because a lot of people are going to hate me for saying it, but I don't think that Muhammad Ali was the greatest boxer of all time. I think to me it's Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray Robinson. I think Ali was maybe the best heavyweight of all time, but a lot of people don't want to admit that there's been another boxer that has surpassed what Muhammad Ali has done. And because as fans, we grow up and we say, oh, I don't want to be the guy in public to say that Mayweather was a better boxer than Ali. I don't want to be that guy. Everyone just goes back to what's comfortable. The fact of the matter is that inside the ring, Mayweather has better performance. If you take, I always say, the point of boxing is hit, not get hit. He's made more money. He's undefeated, you guys. He's undefeated.
Okay, listen. I'm going to give it to you, all right? You know why? 2 reasons. A, I almost fell asleep. Second is because you're right. In all honesty, I love Muhammad Ali, but in a fight, admit it, Muhammad Ali will beat him up.
Well,
Admit it.
Do you want me to admit it?
Just admit it.
I'll admit this. If they were on a pound for pound and on all things
No.
being equal,
Fair
Muhammad Ali, Mayweather would win.
If they were both just at their weights.
Oh, come on. If Muhammad Ali at heavyweight went in to fight Mayweather, yeah, of course he'd.
All right, that's all I need.
Okay.
All right, Mayweather, congratulations. You've made it to the second round. And finally, the last game, it was kind of a no-brainer for us, but we kind of felt bad at the same time. It was Tom Brady versus Mark Messier.
Sorry, Messier.
Sorry, Messier.
Sorry, man.
Tommy.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
So true, so true. So, Mark, unfortunately, you lost in the second round. Tom's off to the next one. We got, literally next week, if you were paying attention, Mayweather versus Brady.
So what are the matchups here?
So next week, the matchups are Ronaldo versus Federer, Kobe Bryant versus Sugar Ray Robinson, Usain Bolt versus Serena Williams, Michael Jordan versus LeBron, Brett Favre versus Jack Nicklaus, Lance Armstrong versus Tiger Woods, Wayne Gretzky versus we're not sure yet of Nadal or Gordy, and Mayweather versus Brady. And this is what we get for putting together the greatest list of all time. That is the greatest outcome so far. I almost feel like stopping the list right now.
Yeah, I
don't want to tell you the ending to this.
Find out next year.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Good
stuff.
list.
That's fantastic.
Good arguments on both sides. Locker room. Give us your thoughts. Get on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Give us your thoughts.
Let's do it.
I don't care if you agree with us or not, but yeah, give us your thoughts because now we're putting it to the vote. Now the locker room's going to get to vote on the matchups.
Absolutely.
This is going to be fun.
This is big. So here we go. We're going to talk a little bit about the NHL. The playoffs are starting in a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. We're going to be talking a lot more about it as the playoffs go on because it's going to be, I think, a fantastic NHL playoffs.
I think so too, Mitch. You know what? I've been hearing a lot from people saying this year's NHL is terrible. Oh, I hate what's happening this year. Because a lot of the token teams that we've grown accustomed to aren't making it.
That's right.
And again, kind of like what I was mentioning before with the whole Mayweather-Ali scenario, same thing here. Some people don't want to admit that things are changing. And they don't properly respect what's happening. Just because a team is not named, call it New York or Chicago or Detroit, just because we don't have those names in the playoffs doesn't mean that it's any less credible. Let's face it. There are 30-plus teams in the NHL.
That's right.
Okay? It's nice seeing, the Vegas story, we don't got to sit on that too much, but it is nice to see the Minnesotas in there, the Columbus Blue Jackets, the New Jersey Devils, because this is a sport where players are coming from around the world. And an American team or a Canadian team going in isn't exactly, an American team like Winnipeg.
Right.
This is just a great team that's coming in, right? So
two things. Well, got to give it out to Vegas. And like you said, we have talked to them quite a bit this year. Like whenever we talk NHL, Vegas seems to come up. But I'm going to give them one more, kind of accolade. First team in all major franchises, all major sports to make the playoffs in their inaugural year. So congratulations to them. That's pretty impressive.
Not just make
from
it,
literally
really make it.
Beginning to end. They have just done such a fantastic job. And I think the one thing I'll say about Vegas is going into the playoffs, to make this season truly, truly unbelievable, I'm not expecting them to win the Stanley Cup. That would be crazy if they did. However, they got to win the first round because I almost feel like all that work will go to nothing. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they go into the playoffs and they lose in the first round. It's almost like, it's not that what was it all worth, but at the end of the day, they've done such a great job. It would be a shame to see them lose in the first round. I really want to see them at least accomplish that feat. I think it'll be fun. But I'm going to play a little game with you right now.
Okay.
I want you to give me one-word answers. Like, just give me a one word to describe all the Canadian teams. All right?
Gotcha.
So
okay, cool.
I'll say,
I like
if I say the words Edmonton Oilers,
disappointing.
Montreal Canadiens,
Carey Price,
Toronto Maple Leafs,
I like it.
Vancouver Canucks,
Pass.
Ottawa Senators,
Shit show.
really, Winnipeg Jets,
Very surprising.
and the local boys, the Calgary Flames.
Extinguished.
I like it. Yeah, exactly.
I like this. I didn't know you were doing this, Mitch.
Yeah,
this
it's
was a
something
cool...
I put together. I told you, I don't
cool
work
little-
during the day. I put these things together. I told you. Well, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about each team, like quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it comes to the Calgary Flames, I'm just going to say this. I said it last week, and I'll say it again. shame on you guys. Shame on you guys for really everything. I thought about it more and more. And even though I kind of went on a rant and I maybe wasn't truly thinking last week, I actually hit it right on the head. You guys have been given everything.
Yeah,
you guys have got a new head coach from a couple of years ago. Oh, we don't like Hartley because he yells at us. Okay, so they got you a new head coach. You guys have the best defensive core on paper. You had a new goalie. You guys complained that Brian Elliott lost you that playoff series last year, which, yes, he didn't play well for sure, but he got you to the playoffs.
But you got better goaltending.
You got
this
better
year.
goaltending, and somehow you guys played worse. So shame on you guys. I don't blame the coach. I'm not the biggest coach guy. I don't know everything, like I said last week. And in a couple of weeks, we got our good friend Tyler from straight out of Calgary is going to come and talk to us. And he'll probably explain a little bit better of what to expect and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know what? And for all until then, in the meantime, you got to follow him on Instagram because, especially with the Calgary Flames, straight out of Calgary on Instagram, this guy, I mean, he's giving you better coverage than I think you'll get from any flame source. I'm not even kidding. It is the best.
Absolutely.
You're going to find out there.
So that's kind of my little rant on the Flames. I'm just disappointed with them
I think it is the coach. I agree with you. They said goaltending was a problem. They gave him the goaltender. The defense, I thought, got a little bit better because the current players got some experience. Hamonic comes over. Great. The forwards, the top line forwards that they got, self-explanatory. We know what they can do. Now, there's obviously a couple questionable players, but anytime things are going wrong, you can always, every team has people that they could ship out, right?
Sure,
there's always, but the coach, he's lost this team. I don't think he's a great coach to begin with. He couldn't do the job in Dallas with a similar team of youth, and I think they need to let go of the coach. But see, a guy like Hartley was probably maybe a better fit for these young, because maybe these young guys are turning into little prima donnas here.
I have a friend that won a Stanley Cup with the Avalanche when Hartley was the coach, and he's told me straight up, he's the devil. He said he's like the worst human. He's just a nasty human.
So Black Hartley, is that his name?
I guess so. But you know what? The guy's got Stanley Cup rings. He's got the coaching award. The guy gets results.
He took him to the playoffs.
So just because he doesn't rub your head and tell you did a good job every day, he gets ousted. Fine. Then you bring the new guy in, and now all of a sudden he's the problem. No, this team is good. This team on paper the talent is good. I don't think that, at the end of the day, any coach will put together a system and figure it out. But it is the players that have to literally accomplish that system, right?
Sure.
So I find it hard in hockey, especially because, like in football.
Yeah, but in coaching, you need leadership. And if you don't have that leadership quality and it falls apart, that is part of the job as well, Mitch.
Fair enough. And you know what? Like I said, I feel like they're going to get another coach. And you know what's going to happen? This is going to be the same result.
Well,
until the players wake up and realize how good they got it and how great an organization they're kind of working for. And to the other side of it, I'll give our general manager a little bit of a little tongue lashing a little bit.
Sure.
Where, you know what, you've made some good plays, but there are a lot of questionable things, like Chris Stewart picking him up at the trade deadline. Why? What for? Like, I'm not, no disrespect to the guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy and he's a fighter and all that. Is that what we needed? That's what you went and got? Like, I'm just tired of, we are always picking up these has-been guys or the guys that are just not there anymore, and we seem to give them a place. No one's talking about the Jagger thing. I'm going to be straight up and say it. I was a big fan of the idea of bringing Jagger here. We get rid of him, and no one's even whispered it since.
Yeah, that's true.
Bringing in a 42-year-old guy who didn't even go through higher. Yeah. A guy that didn't even go to training camp, and we bring him here. That was a full publicity stunt.
No, I didn't mind the move. I didn't mind
it either. But realistically,
it's the wrong team for him.
But you know what? Why didn't any other team want him? That's what I'm starting to think about now. Is that's not my I'm a fan. I was a season ticket holder for years.
Yeah.
I'm of course going to cheer to want to see a Jagger, but that's like me going to the candy store and wanting to get as a parent, as the general manager, you got to tell me no.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can't eat that. Too bad.
I didn't mind that move. We don't got to dwell on it. It didn't work out. I'm happy at least they parted ways early enough.
Yeah.
Right? It just, I think, I think it was more Jagger he said, I think he wanted to play for a Canadian team. And,
sure.
This is, this was perhaps the best fit
I'm going to
for
give
him.
you.
But anyways, let's move on to the other teams.
Let's talk about the two teams that are going to go to the playoffs.
Sure, I like that.
actually have a chance to win and bring some glory back to Canada.
Look,
all right.
I'll touch on the other ones quick. Ottawa, freaking useless.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys had everything in a good system and you threw it all by the wayside. Okay,
Absolutely. Sure.
Shame on you as well. Edmonton, I don't know what. Well, we know what's going on over there. But,
Just a shame. They
but,
got. I don't even think blowing it up is the word. I don't even know what you do with that.
I don't even know what you do with that either, right? I mean, and this team consistently has this many problems. I mean, come on, they should literally just take a wooden stick and just beat each one of them in the summertime.
Yeah.
And who else didn't make the playoffs? Montreal, come on. Carey Price, you've been relying on him for years. This is exactly what happens when you put a Band-Aid over a wound that is too big
Over a bullet hole.
Over a bullet hole. There you go.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Taylor Swift.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. See, I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
It's like we know each other. Let's go. Let's talk Vancouver. What do you think? Do you think Vancouver recovers? Do you think they're a few?
No,
years
actually,
away?
I think their future does recover. I like that Brock kid. I think he's playing very well. I think they kind of see something that's going on there. You know what? Vancouver played not bad. They're in a transition, so they get a bit of a free pass for a couple of years because they were so Sedin heavy.
Okay.
Now they got to move forward, right?
All right. So who goes further in the playoffs? Toronto or Winnipeg?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one because I actually like Toronto's team better. Mm-hmm. Right? I really, really do. I think they're more exciting to watch. Faster skaters, younger, the dynamic, everything. But, I think Winnipeg might go further. I think they might go further.
Not because I picked them as a dark horse.
No, I think the matchups favor them.
Yeah, I think they're built for the playoffs, man. That's a big team.
Because you got to look,
Toronto
has got to go through, teams like Boston, Tampa Bay, right? And even last year they played Washington. So that was in that kind of wild card shuffle, but it'll be tough. Toronto's got the team. I think the East is better than the West this year, personally for me.
I agree with you. I'm cheering for Toronto, believe it or not. I think our buddy Zach, who called Toronto to win it, I don't know why, there's just this special little feeling in the air. I think Toronto's going to make a weird run this year. I think they're gonna do something.
You think Toronto's going to go further,
I think, I'll be honest, I think they're going to equally go as far. I wouldn't be super, super surprised if they actually met in the Stanley Cup. However, that'd be a dream matchup for any Canadian. But I don't know. There's just something. I want to say Winnipeg because they deserve it, but there's something about Toronto. There's just something.
Like I said, I like the team better. I know that the Winnipeg Jets are, if you look at the standings, outperforming them. And Winnipeg's a tough team. They both got some great pieces. I just... for me, I just think that the matchups might favor the Jets a little bit better, especially with home ice. But they're slick, they're fast, it's really beautiful to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually,
I just love the Toronto fans and the Winnipeg fans, the whiteout thing. It's so cool.
Yeah,
so good for them. Let's kind of pick our guys. You want to pick them, or do you want to wait and see who actually makes the playoffs and then do a quick little segment?
Well, let's do a quick pick them right now.
Yeah. Take one team. Who's going to make it from the West? One from the East.
Well, I'll tell you my two teams, and sure. I've said it the whole time, as you know. Nashville versus Tampa Bay. Ooh. And I'm going to go as far as to say that Nashville wins the Stanley Cup this year. That's my pick.
Well, guess what? I'm actually going to join you, and I'm going to say Nashville versus Pittsburgh in a rematch of last year. And we are definitely going to say that Nashville pulls it off. I'm with you. I think Nashville learned their lesson last year, but I'm gonna say
they got deeper at center.
I'm only taking Pittsburgh because of the best Ric Flair saying of all time.
To be the man, you got to beat the man.
That's right. And so Pittsburgh gets my vote. And being that it's the end of the season, I got 4 names for you. Who's the MVP? Malkin, Kucherov, McKinnon, or McDavid. Weird that, and I'll throw in Crosby as well, just because he's had another phenomenal season.
You know something?
So you got 2 Russians, 2 Irish guys, and a Canadian.
They walk into a bar. One guy says, no. all year long, it was Kucherov's.
Right.
In my opinion. But I got to be honest, what McKinnon's doing in Colorado with that team and what he's been doing, I think I'm as a result switching. I'm saying McKinnon is my front runner.
If Avalanche make the playoffs, I'll also say McKinnon.
Yeah.
But if they don't, Kucherov.
Kucherov, yeah, is still there.
Boom, there it is. So there's our quick little NHL playoff preview show. Exciting stuff. We are excited to see who the final matchups. I think Anaheim and LA are still fighting for those final couple of spots, so we'll see what happens there. Avalanche are right on the heels of it. And let's get going. We are basically just slightly over our 60-minute mark that we like to do, but we have one last thing to do. It's everyone's favorite, Maga versus Malaka. We're going to do a quick NHL one. Let's do it fast. Let's do it exciting times. Maga versus Malaka. You ready?
I'm ready. Give it to me.
Don Cherry.
Maga. Huge. The guy knows more about hockey than anybody else.
I'm only saying Maga because I like his collars.
Fair
deal. Don McLean. Maga or Malaka?
I don't know, man. That guy. You know what? Malaka.
No way, man. Don McLean runs that whole show. Maga, full Maga. Anytime the guy lost his job, they brought him back because they're like, "You're so wicked. We made a mistake. We made a mistake."
You mean Ron McLean?
Ron McLean. What did I say?
Don McLean was the guy who sang American Pie.
Yeah, good
See, I
point.
told you, you're so shitty with
bad.
names.
I don't know why.
It's so bad.
All right, here's one. Here's a Maga scenario. Okay. Bobby Orr, Wayne Gretzky, or Mario Lemieux. Who's the biggest Maga?
Bobby Orr, Wayne Gretzky, or Mario Lemieux.
Yeah.
Mario Lemieux. Stanley Cups as a player and as an owner.
All right, here. Second last one. You ready? Who's the bigger Maga? Marchand, Kessler, or Bieksa?
Oh, man. No, they're all in the Malaka pool. I refuse to say who's the bigger Malaka.
Bieksa. Biggest Maga ever. And biggest Maga. And here's the last one to end it off. Because we picked these two teams, this is a dream matchup if you want.
Okay.
Where would you rather have, which playoff city would you rather be in, Nashville or Las Vegas?
You know what? Get me to Smashville.
Smashville.
Yeah,
eh?
I will take Nashville over Las Vegas.
I got to go with Vegas only because I know it, I love it, and now there's an NHL team there. I think it would be just even crazier. So I'm going to go with what I know best, and that's the Vegas, Maga.
Look, man, country pie at half the price.
Well, that's it. That's our show. Episode 25 in the books.
The quarter century episode. What an amazing, amazing thing we've done here, Mitch. Always a pleasure to do this with you. You know that. We want to say thank you to Jeff and Alchemy Studios and the boys here as well. Thank you. Setting up our mics. Macromind Media. Check them out. Macromindmedia.com. AgapeGreekRadio.com. Listen to us 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Mountain Standard Time, Monday to Friday to Saturday to Sunday. It's like
we're always around.
I listen to Locker Room Talk on Monday,
Exactly.
and then I listen to it on Tuesday.
And Zito Alada.
Zito Alas.
Way to win.
Thanks to all our
Way to
sponsors. Follow us. Let us know. Give us your feedback at Real Locker Room Talk. RealLockerRoomTalk.com. Get on the Facebook page. The handle is at Mitch and Dimitri. Follow us. Life's beautiful. Until then, Mitch, it's sunlight out, but we still get to hit the showers.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Let's do it.
Love it.
Bye.
Yeah, man, Nashville for me would be a crazy.
Buddy, I would love to
party.
go.
I know what you're saying with Vegas.
Everyone
I mean,
says-
Vegas is it's Vegas.